They're saying he moved the coupling before the target tripped, but that target was tripped so quick. I don't know if he did. I think he did lift the coupling. So as the rule's written, you could touch the coupling all you want before the target's tripped, but you cannot physically lift it out of the cart. You could slide it. You could slide it. You could hold it. You could do whatever you want. But as soon as you lift it up and there is space between the bottom of the coupling and the cart, it is a no time. So in that situation, our officials saw it and they called a no time. Which is a tough break for Huntington Manor because I think that was a decently smooth run. It would have been close to being in that 5th place spot at the end of this contest.
Did she have a little problem at the couple on top?
So she's the one that the one run back, the closer to the nozzle run back. She's the one that ran into the hydrant on her way by because the cart got a little too close. So because she ran into the hydrant, she was all out of position. She actually had to come down, jump over the hose at one point to try to get back to the cart. So he already hit the target. The other replacement guy was already off and running, and she didn't even get to her coupling yet.
Right.
So I think because of all that, she had that in her head. She was trying to make up the difference. And when she got there, she was just not in position to click and get it ready. All right, East Islip, one of those teams that are fighting for that 5th place spot. All right, they're moving. Little double click at the hydrant, but I don't know if it's going to make that much of a difference. They sat down, one of the few that sat down. Not many teams sit down for the first target hit, but let's see what it does for them. They're on. Oh, they had a nice changeover. Very nice changeover.
That was a smooth run right
there. That was very smooth. It is odd to see teams sit for that first target hit because it is so awkward to come out of the cart and then try to get in position to sit and hit it. But they did it, and it was a nice one. All right, Bayshore is on the line. Back 13 points from the leader. So if anybody's going to say anything about CI, Bayshore and Hagerman and Lindenhurst are going to have to put up some shots here and hope for a CI miss if they're going to even come close to catching them. Lenny, is the live stream back up or not yet?
We are still working on it.
Okay. Just I keep getting a million text messages about it, so before I give people false information.
It looks like we're back on video. Sorry, everybody. We burned out the second part in 2 days, so I had to go to Best Buy. So we're back.
Chris, we appreciate it, though.
I appreciate your appreciation.
Okay. All right, so I'll don't make me a liar, but I'll put it out there that it's back up live, so we'll see. Live. All right, I see it. It's real. It's real. I saw it on the internet. All right, here we go. Bayshore. Big shot. Oh, their cart got a little crooked off the line. You saw that? Oh, he lit the hydrant up. They're going to have a lot of hose to pull up, though. Oh, there you go. He pulled it straight. Oh, he could not find that first flap. He almost got it with his first stream, and then it just took them a while to get to it.
Nice transition.
Awesome changeover. Blasted that second
target
target.
up.
It didn't make up for the amount that he probably watched that first target for 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, easily.
But they definitely
Ooh, 21.
So that's definitely big for them.
Justin, did he feather that hydrant in? Looked like he hit it and slowly came down.
He did. And so honestly, I was very confused by it And then when I saw the amount of kinks and the big loop near him right after his hydrant, I think it was by choice, because if he lit that up right away, there would have been even more hose back at that hydrant. So I think he was trying to let a little bit of the hose pull out and then put it on fully, so hopefully it gave them enough time to stretch it the rest of the way. Different, right? I've never seen a run like that. Robbie, have you?
No, but it looked good.
Yeah. No, and that kid can definitely light up the hydrant. I'm pretty sure it's Mole's son. I don't know his name.
Point leaders here.
Yeah, I'm not good with names, but. All right, so talk about big shots.
They got the course.
CI being 12 points up. This is big right here. Going through the call-off. Oh, Richie slipped right off the line. But he's back up. It didn't affect him too much. This card is flying.
Water's on.
He's ready. Uh-oh. He didn't murder the first target, but
That
was
break
good.
back's going to be the money right here.
oh,
Ooh.
man, Richie lit that up. Oh, he couldn't find the flap.
Just tickled it.
Oh, he did the same thing with the first target hit. The water hit the flap, just not enough to trip it on the first target, and then he had to come back around and get it. He did the same thing with the second one.
Second place.
For the record, I had that. Just saying. I keep forgetting I'm getting all these splits on my stopwatch, and I'm not saying any of them out loud because I'm used to just keeping them. But I had 4:48 when they turned the hydrant on. 10:59, but I'm not sure if that's when he should have hit the first target or when he actually did, because sometimes I just get a little finger happy. And then I actually had 21:96 overall, which was the exact time. So that's what reminded me that I should probably give you guys some of the splits once in a while.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. It's all about the content. But guess what? That 21:96, they didn't come down. They didn't blast the run. They didn't blast the targets. But they're going to get points with that. And they're at the point where they're almost in cruise control, where all they need to do is score a few points in every contest, and no one's going to touch them. Thank you for all the insight, LBB.
Oh, not a problem. Thanks for having me here.
You've been an all-star.
He speaks less than I.
Right? I didn't think it was possible. I was like, all right, at least if we get one more person up there, it'll, like, even out. Nope. Now I just have two people that don't talk that much. All right, blue point.
And they're off.
They're off the line.
That cart's moving.
Yeah, it is moving. The water's thrown. She's got to slow down to back him up. Get on that hose. She touched it. All she's got to do is touch it. All right, 11:18 first target.
I think they went too far with that cart.
Yeah,
Over there.
I agree. They were in a
That's a lot.
weird situation. They got it on. All right, that's going to be a complete run for them. So when I said all she had to do was touch the hose, so the juniors have a rule. One person has to be touching. In every event, there has to be somebody between, after the nozzle man, there has to be one person touching the hose within the 8-foot mark. So you'll see it a little less in this one when we get to junior efficiency replacement. It definitely gets a little bit close. You'll see a lot of teams just trying to run and have somebody on that hose before the water comes out. So if nobody's on the hose before the water comes out, it's a no time. So she just got her hand there right as the water was about to come out. That's why I said, all right, good, she touched it, because if not, they would have got flagged for no time due to safety issues. And we have West Sayville coming to the line. One of those teams fighting for that 5th place spot. I'm sure they're a little bit upset with their hard break and cart hose. Like we talked about before, she definitely had a shot to get it. But just a little bit overrunning, and this track being as slippery as it is definitely played a role. I'm just happy with watching all those teams slip and cart hose and overrunning it and having a hard time to get back. I was a little bit worried when we got to this contest, because you're running full speed with the cart and you have the nozzle in your hand, and the next thing you know, you are trying to stop hard, So it's good to see that nobody's been out of control and sliding around on this very, very wet nozzle area.
It's not drying because the sun's not hitting it.
No, it's great because CI has the shade on the team side of the track,
Right.
but it's right where the nozzle goes in this area. So
Lit that hydrant up.
3:05. She's got to slow down. Oh, she's a little far back. Oh, she tickled it. She's far back. I don't know. I can't see. Where did they lose all that hose? Oh, the hydrant.
By the hydrant.
Okay. And like we talked about before. Hold on. I'll wait till after this round. All right. I had 3:05 when he threw the stick. 10:55 first target. And a very good number overall. Oh, so close.
So close.
So, Robbie, before we were talking about Mole's son from Bayshore, not sure of his name, feathering the stick. He lit the hydrant up, but he didn't blast the stick down immediately. And we talked about them having a little bit of hose there after he did it. That team, Hydrant came in, he blasted the hydrant. He killed it. But did you see how much hose ended up down there? Because they're running with a gate. If the gate's not stretched enough when it hits the ground and the water goes through it, they're never getting that hose back. As much as you try to pull at this nozzle line, you're not stretching that hydrant length with a gate on it all the way up here. So they ran into that situation there. They definitely lost a lot of hose back there. How much? She came up short. How short was she, Robbie?
Oh, she was about 8 feet, 9 feet.
Yeah.
If
So
not more.
8 or 9 feet from where she normally shoots. So that makes a big difference. And because you have all those twists in the hose, you're not getting the pressure you should and things like that. So
Now, their Hydra man ran up to the gate and pulled it.
after he hit it, yes.
Right.
So he's trying to make up the difference, but it's at that point once you're out and you're set up at the nozzle end, you're not able to pull too much more hose. Islip, one of those teams, right? They got what, 6 points?
6 points.
All right, one of those teams fighting for that 5th place spot. So with West Sayville coming up and putting up that 21-9, Islip's got to have to follow up strong, see what they could do. Islip's off. Kid lit up that hydrant again. It's better than his dad.
Oh.
All right, nice hose light. Look how far up he is. And he's still stretching.
Oh, still got it.
This is where
A little, I don't know where they lost it, but it's a little slow first target. Come on. Nice changeover. He's got to hit this target. Oh, he tickled it.
He should have moved up and more.
Yeah, so. Robbie, you want to explain? You said he should have moved out. What do you mean?
The nozzle man on the second target, when they connected that bring back length, he could have moved up a good 2-3 feet. Would have helped him with that target.
So, for those of you that don't know what Robbie Allen's talking about, after you hit the first target, most teams take about 3 or 4 steps back as they're moving over to hit the second target to give room for that coupling person to move back a little bit to get the replacement length, to have enough room where you're putting the replacement length. After you connect it, you watch some of these great teams. After the hose is connected and as the water's getting ready to come out, you'll watch the nozzle man stretch it back out, get a little closer to that second target so it's shorter of a hit, and they can hit it a little bit better. Islip, I had 11:20 on that first target hit. I know it wasn't all that clean, but they definitely lost some time. I don't know if maybe the cart wasn't as fast as it could have been and stuff like that, but they definitely lost some time in that first evolution because the second replacement was actually pretty nice.
No, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Now we have Selden coming up, sitting with 6 points. Another one of those teams that are fighting
right
for that
in
spot. They had a very fast cart and cart hose. They looked real good, so curious to see what they could do here. All right, and they got in the course.
23:32 is the bump.
Is the bubble 23:30? Is it? Was that the Islip time?
Yes, it is.
All right, so 23:32, 5th place. That's what you're shooting for. All right, they're off. Nice. 3:30. They're moving. His backup man's he's there.
He's way back.
Oh, he got it. They, yeah, so.
So he just dropped.
Oh, yeah, no, he's got to move. He should have moved up so much. That's going to be a far target hit.
Are they using a gate or no?
Can't tell.
No, no gate.
No, no gate. So. They were another team that was about 10 feet from where they should have been on that first target hit. Where'd they lose the hose, guys? It's hard for me to see.
There was a kink right by the second coupling.
Okay, so with that kink, when you have the kinks there and the hose not so straight from probably about the middle length towards the nozzle, I'm going to say that's on the nozzle man to keep stretching and get another 3 or 4 more feet after he comes out of the cart. He's the only one that's stretching hose after that. So he needs to get that hose down the street a little bit more. He needs to really, hold on to that nozzle tight, take a few more good steps to establish that hose a little bit.
They needed to pull that hydrant length out as well. They lost a lot back there as well.
Oh yeah, it was a little.
Yeah.
Big. And which is weird because normally that's a lot of the difference between teams running with gates and without gates. A lot of teams did away with the gate because it does weigh down that hydrant length, and if you don't have it out, you're going to have big kinks back there. Normally, when you just run 2 couplings, you're able to get the hose out a little bit more, but on that one they didn't get it out. All right, Lindenhurst, another one of those teams. They're sitting, 10 points, 11?
10 points, yeah.
All right, so
Lindenhurst in their army.
after that missing cart hose, they're going for it. Oh,
Lit
wow.
that out. Wow.
I didn't even get the stick. She threw it so quick. He's going to have to do some stretching, though.
Yeah.
Oh!
Wow, he lit it up. Oh, the replacement people weren't ready for that quick of a target hit.
Surprised them.
9:23 first target hit. Oh, they had some hard time at that top coupling.
Nice run.
That's a nice run right there.
And it could have been better.
Yeah.
All right, only because I had exactly 2180, I'll give you my split.
Second place shot.
All right, I had 330 when they opened the hydrant. He did a great job getting that hose out. 9:23 first target hit. And like we said, the people for the replacement length weren't even at their couplings when the target hit.
They weren't even ready for it.
The target hit, I looked over, they still weren't at their couplings. Then they went to them, grabbed their couplings, and then they ran back.
9:23 is really slow.
Oh, that was.
I know they're running 25 feet less, but that's like an efficiency shot.
Yeah, no, that was really good. Robbie, could you tell what happened up at the coupling closest to the hydrant? It looked like they stayed there for a little while.
I thought it was the coupling off top.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It looked like this one was okay, and then I looked up, and they still didn't call for water, so I wasn't sure where they were losing it.
The second coupling, or the first coupling in the bring back, he slipped.
So
he looked like he was,
Yeah, he just had a little bit of. But like we talked about before, this sport being all mental, because they weren't at those couplings when the target was hit and they were a little bit behind, that gets in your head. You're thinking about it, and you're trying to make up all that difference, and it's hard to make it up when you are already a little bit behind the 8 ball. All right, North Babylon.
5 points.
The car's moving.
All right, so this one, they waited until the gate hit the ground before they turned the hydrant on. All right, the bringback's going.
They didn't move it up.
Oh, they're a little.
The coupling broke up top.
Yeah. So there was quite a few things there. One of them being this top coupling. I call it 100 coupling, the one closest to the nozzle. They had it on.
Time for North Babylon is 28.38, 28:38. On number 24, the Junior Gamblers from Hagerman.
They had it on at one point. Then the run back to the gate side was a little short, so they put it down and tried to pull to him, and next thing you know, the coupling broke. One other thing I saw, Robbie, did you see where the cart was?
No, I didn't see the cart. I seen that actually second coupling guy the coupling closest to the nozzle. Again, they just turned. They're not taking the steps back.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they weren't. They weren't bringing it back to try to make sure there's enough. there's enough room for the replacement lane. The other thing I saw was that the cart was past the targets.
Oof.
So they ran all the way past the targets when all you need to do with that cart has to fully cross the nozzle line. So all you need to do is just cross the nozzle line and stay right there, and that's another 25 feet less on your run back. They went all the way past the targets. So then after he lit that target up, had a nice first target hit. I had 11-2, but after he hit that first target, they had to run it that extra 25 feet to get to the replacement. All right, so this is definitely one of those shots here. Hagerman coming up. Real quick, the rundown. 2178 Bayshore, 2180 Lindenhurst, 2196 CI, 2198 West Sayville, 2248 East Islip. So right now, it's CI sitting there. CI sitting there with 3 points in third place. In this event, if anybody's going to try to catch them, they need to get bumped down a little bit more so people can gain some ground on them.
Looks like Hagerman's out on the track a little bit there. Compared to the other teams running today.
All right, Hagerman's off. Yeah, they do look far out into the middle of the track.
Now they're bringing it in.
Oh,
no.
What happened, Robbie?
He just crossed it.
He doubled. So I watched him. He took a first click at the hydrant, and he missed. And then he took a second click, and it looked like on his second click he crossed it. And he tried to pull the stick, thinking that it was on, and it blew right on his lap. And that changeover was awesome. Wow.
Time for Hagerman is 27.09. 27.09.
So if we talk numbers real quick. So, yeah, they missed at the hydrant. But I had 1693 when they hit that first target, and their overall was, what, a 27-0? So that's only about 10 seconds for that changeover and that second target hit. They run a 9-2 first target like the one team before did, and next thing you know, they're flirting with a 19. So that just goes to show if everything went right in that race, Hagerman would have been right there. They would have been in that low 21, high 20 range and would have been really shooting for...
Results of the cart hose replacement contest in first place with 5 points, number 14, Bayshore. In second place with 4 points, number 22, Lindenhurst.
Robbie, you better be adding over there.
In third place with 3 points, number 17, Central Islip. Fourth place, 2 points, number 19, West Sayville. And fifth place with 1 point, number 13, East Islip.
All right, so we're going to give my mathematician up top a second to add a few things. So it was definitely good. Bayshore taken first. You had Lindenhurst taken second. Those teams that were sitting there with double-digit points but weren't too close to CI, it gives them a little bit of ground to start gaining on CI. The only issue is that CI took 3 points. So it's going to be tough. You only have 3 contests left. Once Robbie gives us some total points, we'll be able to really do the math and see what needs to happen.
Total points with 3 contests to go. Farmingville 1, East Islip 7,
As soon as he's done, I'll give you that.
Bayshore
Tough one.
16, Central Islip 27, Blue Point 3, West Sayville 8, Islip 6, Selden 6, Lindenhurst 14, North Babylon 5, and Hagerman 12.
CI sitting on top with 27, followed by Bayshore with 16, Lindy with 14, Hagerman with 12, West Sayville with 8.
Wow. All right, so you said 27-16? Is that top 2? So 11 points difference.
So pretty much if CI gets
30
second
contests
place,
to
they
go.
lock it up.
Yeah, they just need to score. Even if they just score, it'll be close.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen them run some good efficiency shots this year, so they definitely see I sitting where they want to sit on Central Islip Junior Hobo Alumni Day, as I was told. They did a nice presentation to their the person who got their juniors started. Robbie, what was I was trying to help out with some of the videos at that point. You said you knew who it was. What was his name?
Who was that, the alumni?
Yeah, no, they did the presentation for.
I think it was Tommy Doyle.
Yes, Tommy Doyle. That's what I was thinking of. Tommy Doyle. They said he started the CI Junior Hobos, which has been a monster of a team over the years. They've taken numerous state championships, which I could read right now. 1980, 89, 99, 2000, 2001, 2005, 2008, 2009.
Yeah, I think I had about a 10-4, and they announced a 9-4.
There's no current record holder.
Lenny, did you say?
The first team on the line will be number 11, the Junior Bandits from Farmingdale.
Lenny, did you say you raced juniors in 1980?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was -11.
I
just so you
started
know.
in the 70s.
-11, just in case you're doing math. Robbie, so a negative, that goes on the other side of the number, and it means minus. All right, so we're not going to mess with those because you're having enough time trying to add up with addition, so we don't want to really mess you up.
Thanks, bud. Farmerville's off.
Farmer's off.
Ah,
Look how young this little guy is. Like I said, little Michael's son isn't here to run Hydrant. They should put the water on. All right. You just got to get down.
First
Oh,
public,
no.
bro.
Go back.
Oh. They did it. Oh. The nozzle one's name is Ashley. I'm reading it on her helmet. And her twin sister's backing her up. They did a good job getting the hose down, too. They were it was a little high. You got to shut the hydrant off. Shut the hydrant off. Shut the...
Oh. No time.
Oh, she's hurt.
Hold up.
She okay?
There will
No,
be
it's over.
a
It's over.
no
It's
time
over.
for
Go get the hose.
Farmingdale safety factor.
Put your hand up, Justin. Yeah. Scrape it a little bit. Islip, excuse me, on the line next. Just waiting for the track to dry up. Sitting with 7 points.
Your attention, please. There is a silver Jeep Liberty parked over by Selden. Needs to be moved. License plate FJS4586. Once again, silver Jeep Liberty parked by Selden. License FJS4586. Next on the line will be number 13, the Junior Guzzlers from East Islip.
East Islip has the course. Going through the call-off.
Hello?
Off.
All right. Go ahead, Robbie. I'm not back, so go ahead.
That's right. Water on. Nice lay. Little kink behind the nice nozzle man and backup guy. See how this one back goes.
They definitely seemed far to the opposite side of the track.
Yeah.
Usually they get a little closer to the shoulder on the hydrant side. They would seem very far out to the opposite side.
Top couple looked like they had a little problem getting it on.
Time for East Islip is 30.15. 30-15.
So, like we talked about before, it is.
On the line will be number 14, the Junior Redskins from Bayshore.
So, I was talking to the coach, Michael, from Farmingville, and he's like, he goes, it was so hard for me. I wanted to yell out, shut the water off. He goes, so that they didn't try to get up while the water's still on. He goes, but we have the rule where you can't coach. He goes, so I'm sitting here knowing that something bad might happen because the person at the hydrant didn't know to shut the water off right away, and here we have somebody getting hurt over it. So it is a tough thing to deal with. And right when he said it to me, I said, yeah, we were just talking about that. How it's, I understand that however they came up with the rule, but it gets to a point of it being safe or not. Like, why can't we tell the kids to shut the hydrant off in that situation, and they still get a time and they still get to complete the run? Just so everybody knows, Robbie Allen nods his head the whole time I'm talking, and I see him nodding his head, but he doesn't answer anything. He just nods his head and assumes that everybody, yeah, I know you're agreeing with me because I see you nodding your head. Nobody out there knows you're agreeing with me.
LVB knows. He's nodding too.
We'll have to turn one of the
I'm just happy to be here, you know?
The both of them with their head nods and their facial expressions before they were making hand gestures to try to explain things. And
Hand jive, baby.
Exactly.
Any Bayshore on
All right, back to racing. Big shot.
5 points last event.
Yeah, they had a big 5 points in Cardo's replacement. They definitely want to keep that going.
Mull going to his roster here.
Hagerman.
Bayshore.
I was going to say Bayshore, one of the few teams that could still catch CI. That middle drag is way out there. Hydrant's on. Sticks down, 595. They're getting set. Oh, a little tug. Not a bad first target hit, 1206. It's about that changeover. Few steps back. Double click at the changeover, but I still think it's going to be good for them.
Nice second hit.
LBB.
What's up?
Language.
I said nice second hit.
Oh, that's not what I thought he said.
I'm keeping it PG-13, I swear.
Oh, he said second.
Yeah, nice second hit.
6.48.
All right, 26-48. That's a big run.
On number 17, the Junior
Up here, it
Hobos
looks
from
like
Central Islip.
That first slack guy, the guy closest to the hydrant, might have tripped that light.
Really?
Yeah, look, he's pretty close.
Oh, the guy closest to that. I was going to say that
First
middle
slack.
drag did a great job stretching that hose. He was way out in front of everybody.
All right, your point leaders are up.
And even I will say one other thing about this contest. We were talking before about intermediate ladder and stuff and the big difference between kids running double step and single step and how much the contest varies. This is another one of those contests that it definitely varies a lot. You have a lot of teams sit for their first target hit, but then you have a team like Bayshore right there that stood for that second target hit, and it really does make all the difference in the world because you're able to put that water on that much sooner, knowing that the person could still be cutting over and still be setting up as the water's coming out. Compared to them sitting, they need to be on the ground before the water gets out.
What do you think, Justin? They sit down because of the strength, or?
You know, you are playing with some younger kids,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I think it all depends on the age and things like that. But no, that was definitely a nice shot.
They got some quick water. They're running what we run with.
Yeah, 4.7.
See,
Yeah.
That's pretty fast for these kids.
Yep. All right, see you guys off. Target on. The other Arnett brother on the nozzle, standing
Scott,
up.
Gotta pull it
Scott,
out.
I see. Oh, nice first target hit, 1330. I don't think, no matter what they do, they're going to catch this Bayshore run, but. Oh, they didn't pull back. They didn't really pull back enough on the nozzle end.
Their water didn't shoot out like Bayshore's did.
That was a nice second target hit, though.
Very nice.
What was Bayshore's time?
Time
26,
for
48.
Central Islip, 26.59. 26.59.
And what did Bayshore run? I'm sorry.
48.
48,
On
okay.
18, the Junior Mighty Midgets from Blue Point.
But we talked about it earlier. Central Islip's in cruise control mode.
Oh, absolutely.
They don't need to take first place in every event. They just need to score. That's it. If they keep scoring, it's over. They're already up 11 points on Bayshore. That's only going to let Bayshore gain 1 point on them if nobody tweens them. So it's getting very close. And we only have 2 contests left. That might have been it for CI right there. They might have been able to lock that up, depending how the rest of this contest goes. And I'll just keep talking to myself, guys.
Oh,
I'm just trying to figure out if Bayshore gets 5 points, it goes to 21. CI stays where they are, 27. They go to.
CI just.
Is that?
CI just ran a second place shot.
That's 4 points.
Yeah, 31.
They locked it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot needs to happen. I don't even know. Like, 4 teams need to run in between a 25-48 and a 25-59. So if that happened, I'd be very impressed.
We got blue point.
Blue point. Mighty mid.
Points.
Outside chance of coming down the track. They're off. They're running. Hydrant's on. Waited a little while to let out. Oh, he's going to. Oh, no. Nope.
Oh.
I didn't get wet at all. But, so, he.
No time for blue point.
We talked about it before. We talked about it before, how when you sit, you need to wait a little bit more to turn the water on. That was one of those situations where that was so close to him having enough time to sit down. It was just.
Alignment number 19, the junior Flying Dutchman from West Sayville.
He actually went to go down, and he would have been fine, except for the fact the hose was going over his leg. So he tried to put the nozzle on the ground. The backup man tried to get on it, but then the hose was about to go over his leg and be in the air, so he had no way of actually pinning the hose on the ground to keep it there.
It looked like she was going to back him up like efficiency run, and then he just dropped.
Right.
So then that put 2 kinks behind him.
Yep. And because she was even carrying, if you look at some of the better efficiency teams, their backup man is carrying a fold. She was even carrying the fold going down, and then was getting ready to like drop the fold all as they tried to go down. The water came out, and so many things all happened at the same time. All right, West Sayville, 5th place, right? 8 points.
A Gatorade bottle on the track.
Is there?
Yeah, right behind, to the left of Gary. I don't know if you put it there.
I think Gary put it there when he put the that there. He's trying to get a rerun out of it.
I like the way he thinks.
Now, if it was Islip, I'd say yes.
What's in the Gatorade bottle?
That'd be a Welton move right there, leaving Gatorades out on purpose. All right, West Sayville, 8 points. So if they want to come down the track, they just got to score a little bit more and stay ahead of quite all those teams that have 6. So. Oh, I missed it. I missed the start. Water's on.
Oh.
It looks like she's getting ready to sit
Blew the
down.
first
so-
coupling.
Oh, the coupling.
No. Wow, she was set and ready too. That's
She should stand right back up. There's a lot of hose.
yeah. That
It's a hard shot. She did good.
Yeah, that's definitely not what they were looking for in this one too. They had a good lay going too. Just that coupling put a little hard on them. Nice changeover.
You see the streams, Dustin?
No, what'd you say?
Yeah, they're like a bleh.
Time for West
They're not-
Sayville is 48.12. 48-12.
Was that a technical term?
Alignment number 20, the junior Wolves from Iceland.
Ah, what'd you think of that stream? I thought it was bleh.
I'd like to see him spell that.
Right? Like,
I can't spell.
can you explain with like real words what the stream did?
It didn't blast out. It's just barely getting to the target.
Okay.
Kind of like died.
Yeah. But like we talked about, there was a lot going on with the hose behind her, so it could have just been enough kinks to not give her enough pressure. But, Robbie, let's talk. So they had 8 points, and we had quite a few teams with 6 behind them. and they just blew this contest. So that definitely opens the door for a few teams to really try to challenge them for that 5th place spot. And one of those being Islip, correct?
Well, you had East Islip right behind them with 7.
Okay.
And then comes the 6s.
Okay.
Islip, Selden, and then with 5 points is
North
Bad.
Babylon. Yeah.
Scratching right there. So it's pretty. It's going to be a fight for the 5th place.
So West Sayville missing on this contest definitely makes it interesting for 5th place.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We might not have too much of a challenge for that 1st place spot, but 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th is going to be interesting.
Absolutely. With Lindy coming up, a few more teams. They got 14. They're trailing 2 behind Bayshore, so they could beat that 26.
Yeah.
CI at this point with 27 out of 35 today.
Oh,
Just
it's
putting on a clinic
it's
for the
insane.
home crowd.
On Hobo Junior Alumni Day, doing it. Robbie, what does your son run here?
What is this?
Junior efficiency replacement.
The run back.
Oh.
Both of them.
The run up?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yang.
We're expecting like what, a 23 here or what?
Yeah, just do their run. Oh, that middle slack.
It did. It looked like
Oh.
they broke the light. We got the hydrant on. Water. They stand up here or they sit?
Sit.
Sits. Okay. He's on it. He's on the hose.
Nice.
Nice.
hit.
1195 first target hit. So it's going to be about this changeover. Wait, the little one runs further?
Yeah.
What?
Look at him go.
Did he miss?
Yeah, double click.
Oh, Cole.
Nice second
Blast
hit,
first
too.
target hit. That's going to put them in the mix. What? Can you explain to me why your younger son runs further than your older son?
Look at the size of him.
What do you mean the size of him?
Time
He's
for
got little legs.
28.09. 28.09.
28-09.
Alignment number 21, the junior slow pokes from Selden.
All right, 2809. That puts him in 3rd.
He choked. Tell me he choked.
They said he choked.
It's almost like father like son.
Absolutely.
Wow. Nick Mata taking shots at you.
I love you.
Tell him to stand up. I can't see him.
He said, stand up. He can't see you.
Hey, he usually crushes it. I mean,
No, it happens. I'm just surprised.
absolutely.
I'm surprised the old one's not faster, no? Really?
No.
He lights up the hydrant, though.
He's all right.
Does he run in Y in efficiency or no?
I think Cody runs Hydrant.
Yeah. Cody's the older one. I always get it confused.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm
Cody's
so bad
the
with
old
names. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he runs efficiency Hydrant.
Okay. All right, Selden, another one of those teams with 6 points. Fighting for that 5th place spot. Let's see what they got. Selden's hydrant's on. Waiting for the 2nd coupling stretch. Water in the hose. She's going down. No, not terribly early. I thought it should. Hits a target. 1685. They're really in the middle of the track. Look at this little guy. I love watching
Doing
the little
work out
kids.
there.
Oh, they shorted him.
Did they? No, he put it on like 4 turns before he called for water.
Oh, okay. It looked like he missed.
Yeah, they put it on a lot before he called for water. It definitely could have been on earlier.
Time for Selden is 34.09. 34.09. Alignment number 22, the junior snail from Lindenhurst.
.3409's the bubble. Lindy with 14 points, trying to catch Bayshore.
So that's 5th place right there, that 3409?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we have a wide range here. The 2648, 2659. You have a score sheet, so you should keep reading.
2809. You were saying it.
I know, but I'm reading off the scoreboard, so I only have so quick.
All right, so you have Islip with 2809. You have what is this? East Islip with 3015, and Selden with a 3409. Let's do this. And LBB is
Who? I thought he went to sleep.
I'm right. I'm still here.
He's got his carpet out here.
Carpet?
It's facing east.
Wow.
This is fun.
That might be borderline inappropriate, so let's just...
Almost like nice second target hit.
I could have swore. I'm going to have to go back and listen, because I don't know. Robert, you didn't think he said it too?
No, I heard him clear.
All right. Maybe it must have been the headset.
All right,
What
here we
happens
go.
when you get old, you know?
All right, Lindenhurst.
Lindy, 14 points. Need to start making some points.
We know they broke the record in junior card hose, and this is all the same age group running junior efficiency replacement. So
Now up here, it looks like, I gotta see him run first. Is it the first couple and then slack guy is like 16 feet between them.
all right, they're really waiting. Oh, did he just switch?
Did they switch?
They just switched.
What?
So the kid,
What just
the
happened?
kid ran the nozzle down, put it on the ground, and then the girl came over and switched. Oh, they can't get the back coupling on.
Oh.
They needed this.
Wow. Wow.
That would have
That
been a crazy run if they got that on
That
there.
that
Time for Lindenhurst.
That was weird.
4.97. 34.97.
talk about things you don't normally see in racing.
Yeah.
The junior tail draggers from North Babylon.
That was definitely one of those things that you
I gotta
don't
watch the
normally
video when I get home. That was,
see.
that was
Right? Like
pretty
that
cool.
was, and it was impressive too. Like I saw him go, I saw him.
It's like he brought it there for her and then she just took it over.
Yeah. So apparently that's what they've been doing.
Oh.
That's planned. Very well planned.
That was very well planned.
He gets the nozzle on. He puts it on, gets it down the track, and then just puts it there, and she takes over.
That was pretty cool, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just, see, in my thought process, it wouldn't be easier to teach him, like, how to hit the target
Yeah.
than to teach
'Cause he already has
him
the hose in his hand.
how to leave the nozzle there, her to take over the nozzle and then shoot the target?
Yep.
Baton.
Interesting.
North Babylon next. 5 points. Scratching for the 5th place.
Scratch it.
Scratching.
In the hunt. I like it. In the hunt. It's a good slang. Yet again, Robbie with his facial expressions. His eyes rolled so hard, I thought they were going to fall off the arch. North Babylon.
Just got the white flag. Freddie going through his roster here.
His roster?
Yeah.
All right. Not call off, we're going to say roster. All right. They're off.
Hydrant was looking to.
It looks like people are like, I don't know, running zigzag close to each other. There we go. He's got to stand. Okay, good. I was going to say. A little wash. They're walking backwards. They walk backwards, but nobody helped that coupling guy pull the hose.
No.
Oh, standing up for the second target hit.
We're getting invaded up here.
Are you? Maybe people will actually talk.
Time for North Babylon.
We're working on it.
0.52.
That should be the 5th place spot, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the time.
30:52.
Line number 24, the junior champions from Hagerman.
30:52.
We
Fifth
got
place.
30-15 on there.
So it should be 26:48 Bayshore, 26:59 CI, 28:09 Islip,
Keep going.
30:15, and then that 30:52. I did the last 3 by memory because the scoreboard changed on me, just so you know.
You're awesome. All right. Hagerman. Need to step it up here.
Robbie, I know you're not all that good at math and hypotheticals and stuff, but I'm like 99.9% sure CI already locked the
Oh,
state
they
championship.
have it. They have it.
Right? Because they're still in,
They're in second place with
so they're
4
still
points.
getting 4. Yeah,
31
that's
points.
going to be it.
Yeah.
No. What does Bayshore have?
16.
So no, that'll,
21.
so it'll be 10. So it will be,
It's
they'll
they're guaranteed.
definitely, well, it depends what Hagerman does right here. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. But it's going to be close. All they're going to need to do is score in Y or efficiency, and they'd probably be right there. Hagerman's missed quite a few contests in a row, so I'm sure they're trying to get back in it. Missing that Hydrant and Carter's replacement definitely isn't what they were trying to do.
And they're off.
What a thrown. Approach, very long hose.
Nice.
1185 first target hit. This changeover is going to be big. Look at them watching. The nozzleman's watching so that he could pull up. See, look at him.
Nice.
First place run.
That's the first place run right there.
24. I had 1185 first target hit.
Time for Hagerman. 2:4.4.
Wow.
Wow.
24:45.
It's their first place right there.
Thank you, LEB.
Oh, you're welcome. Trying to talk a little more, so I'm just trying to copy you, you know?
Trying to say what everybody just said.
Exactly,
again.
you know? Trying to make
No,
it more
that was
lively around here.
For junior efficiency replacement. That was a very impressive run. A 24 is just look. So that you had that 24, and then you jump all the way to the 26:48 from Bayshore. You have a 2-second difference between first and second place.
Move the equipment.
I thought Robbie was going to do
Results
there.
of the Junior Efficiency Replacement Contest. In first place with 5 points, number 24, Hagerman. In second place with 4 points, number 14, Bayshore. In third place with 3 points, number 17, Central Islip. Fourth place, 2 points, number 20, Islip. And fifth place with 1 point, number 13, East Islip.
So real quick, 24:45 Hagerman, 26:48 Bayshore, 26:59 CI, 28:09 Islip, 30:15 East Islip. Top 5: Hobos 30, Bayshore 20, Hagerman 17, Lindenhurst 14, West Sayville with 8, East Islip with 8, Islip with 8, Selden with 6, North Babylon with 5. So we talked about that 5th place spot definitely being competitive, and now you have West Sayville, East Islip, and Islip all tied.
Little Hydrant guy coming up.
Lenny, it's tough. I feel like we don't get time to do commercials in juniors because everything's already set up.
You really don't.
It's like
No
it's
movement
so
of anything,
hard.
yeah.
It's like they don't have to move any lights because junior efficiency is the same thing. The
Yeah.
only thing they need to do is plug in another target. That's already set up.
Yeah, it goes
Because in
fast.
Carter's replacement, all they need is the second target plugged in, and then Y, they both need to be plugged in. But
Yeah,
it
I
does.
gotcha.
It flies.
Well, I don't want to do it too early, but tip of the cap to the Hobo juniors here. I mean, at worst, they're going to tie for first place overall. But for somebody else to catch them and tie them,
That's
you're
it.
Gonna,
Next
you're going to need a
contest
stomach virus to
run
come over their
is
camp.
the Y contest. The state record is 23.69 with no
Look at that,
current
Justin. Now we got
state
another
record
person to talk.
holder. The first team on the line will be number 11, the Junior Bandits from Farmingville.
Yes, like Lenny said, he's spot on. Central Islip is guaranteed to go home state champions today. It's just whether or not Bayshore has enough to catch them, which would mean CI cannot score in any more contests, and Bayshore has to take first in both. So, congratulations to CI, Junior Hobo Alumni Day, and no matter what, they're going home state championship.
You think Bayshore is in the shack right now hiding all their helmets at the Hobos or something like that?
They're poking holes in their hose. Oh, little man's running hydrant in this too. Oh, I don't know if that's on that well. Oh,
They got it set up.
he's set up. They're running. Oh. Slow down, slow down. Sit. Is that it? All right, good.
Track awareness.
Oh, they're having a lot of trouble. All right, good, though. That's Ashley back out there, so good to see. Having a lot of trouble at the Y. I guess I should stand by the Y for this one, huh? It looked like the nozzle length of the Y, they just couldn't get it together. Had a real hard time.
Time for Farmingville's 46.96. 46.96.
Was it the front of the Y or the back? They were having problems with Justin.
They they had
Enemy number
they had a very hard
12,
time with the
Junior Bulldogs from Huntington Manor.
Looked like it was the front of the Y.
nozzle length. Yeah,
So
the
also be
nozzle length.
last call for food, last call for food behind the stands.
So real quick, I'm sure most people that are watching this probably know already, but why? Real quick, they come down, they run an efficiency shot just with the target. Just with the target all the way to the right side of the track like hoses. Then they come down with this Y and another nozzle length with another nozzle. They put it on, and then they shoot 2 targets. And time does not stop until both targets are trimmed. There's like 6 of you up there, and still nobody's talking. This is ridiculous.
The guy from the Snails here hasn't said a single word yet.
He talked more before and during ladders than he did during hoses.
All right, well, you got to give me a break. I just got back up here.
Huntington Manor's draggers are running with so much hose in their hand. You guys run like that, though, right, Robbie, or no?
For fish, I believe, yeah.
And I'm talking about the seniors run like that?
No. Oh,
No.
actually, yeah. Tommy G started doing that.
He
this
does,
year.
right? Oh,
Oh,
this,
boy.
there is no way
Uh-oh.
that...
Oh,
Oh, she
No.
got
Oh,
it!
she
She
got
got it!
just in time.
Oh, but she... So, she got to the hose just before the water was coming out, but it almost hurt him more, her getting there and, like, moving the hose so much. Oh, they got water.
Wow.
Oh,
He's
he-
No
standing
backup
up.
guy.
now I don't think you need one on the second.
Nah, in the second nozzle, you don't
the
need
second
a backup
nozzle's
man.
the only spot you don't need it.
Look at the size of that Y, man.
That's why they need somebody who's 6'9" to carry you.
Time for Huntington
Guy is
Manor's
huge.
33.40. 33.40. On enemy number 13, the Junior Guzzlers from East Islip.
Well, listen, if somebody on the arch can go over to camera 7 and zoom it in on the Y, that would help out our viewers.
Brandon, that's you.
All right,
Number 7.
I'll take care of that.
Robbie, so did you ever run backup nozzle at all, Robbie? Any of your Brentwood days, anything?
No.
All right, so can you talk about, that doesn't matter. Can you talk about what she did right there as the backup that actually hurt him more?
For the second nozzle?
No, the first nozzle hit. So because she was so far away, she was running so hard to get there that she, like, ran through the hose and completely, like, threw him around for his first shot because all she was trying to do was get there. So
Oh.
normally with a good backup person,
Right, now I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Go ahead.
she was just running. You had a kink right between them.
so she just ran and tried to grab the hose as quick as
Yeah.
possible and almost, like, pushed him the opposite way he needed to go, whereas a good backup man slides up the hose
Right.
and the nozzle man doesn't even know he's there until the water starts coming out and doesn't feel too much pressure because he needs to be perfectly in line with the nozzle man.
I think that the backup man is underrated, man.
Oh,
he
man, most
controls
important.
that nozzle. Takes the brunt.
Oh, yeah. It's most important. LBB ran backup, but I couldn't even tell if he was there or not because he's
I was just doing my job.
because he's like 96 pounds.
I was just doing my job.
Yeah.
East Islip, 8 points.
8 points. One of the 3 teams with 8, so definitely a big shot for them. Coming down the track top 5 the day of the state tournament is huge for any team, so let's see what they got. Middle dragger broke the light. Hydrant's on.
540 on the stick.
Hit the stick with the same. Oh, they got
Oh.
Oh, my God.
Huge kink. In between the break.
Oh.
There you go.
So we talked about sitting, and that's right there. He was getting ready to go down, but because the water was there, he had to go down a little bit early, and it didn't give him enough time to.
It seemed like the backup man had a little bit of extra
Yeah, there
slack
was
between
so
him
much.
and the nozzle man.
They crushed this Y changeover, and then nobody called for water. They all looked at each other after they all had it on, and
Like, I thought you were
Yeah.
calling it.
I was like, wow. They,
East Islip is 43.51. 43-51. On number 14, the Junior Redskins from Bayshore.
Zoom in a little more, Robbie.
Brendan, but yeah.
Oh, Brendan. I didn't know if it was Rob or Brendan did it. Yeah, we got to zoom in a little more. Bring it up a little. Is that as far out as it zooms? There you go. Get the guy in the blue shirt rolling, Steven. Perfect.
Steven. Tom Scott?
T. Scott.
Oh, is it? I couldn't see his head.
All right, Bayshore.
20 points.
The only team that mathematically has a chance of catching Central Islip.
Big run right here for these guys.
They need to run 2 first-place shots. Central Islip needs to run 2 goose eggs.
But you know with CI going into these last few events, they're going to be deliberate, make sure everything's clean. They're not going to push anything now.
Sit back.
Yeah.
Smart racing.
I don't know. Would you?
Absolutely.
Sit back?
Absolutely.
It's hard. You
Just
run
throw
your
a number.
run. Yeah,
Throw
but
a
you
number
just
up.
run your run. I don't think it's.
They need 1 point.
I don't. Yeah, but I don't think it's a matter of sitting back. I think you just don't overdo it.
Yeah, no. You
Whereas Bayshore right now is coming. The Bayshore needs to go above and beyond right
But-
now.
yeah,
they
Bay-
need to.
they're gonna have
They
to
need to run
run
as hard as they possibly can to see what they could do.
and then some. These guys are going to have to push everything they got for these last 2.
All CI's got to do is make sure the Y connections are clean, and
One,
they'll be
1
fine.
point. Yeah. There's so many moving parts in this event too. It's so easy for something to go bad.
But they also have Hagerman chasing them.
Yes.
With 17.
Yeah. So that not only do they have a chance at first, they're still fighting to keep their second spot. Bayshore's off. Oh.
Missed the stick.
No, he never turned. He clicked and he didn't turn it first. Oh, 10:41.
At 364 on the stick. This is going to be big. He needs a good turnover right here.
Sit.
Let's go.
Oh! Oh,
Second
he
nozzle.
tickled it.
Second nozzle person wasn't there enough.
That was a great changeover.
Time for Bayshore.
That changeover's on.
26.46. 26-46.
That I think that leaves way too much space.
Line number 17, the Junior Hobos from Central Islip.
A 26-46 is nothing crazy, so I think it leaves way too much space for not only them to not get first, but other teams to definitely get in there. Yeah, it looked like at the hydrant he clicked and he never got a real turn on it, so he almost went to pull the stick, and then he put his hand back on the coupling, turned it a little bit more, and then pulled the stick down. But that changeover, they crushed that Y.
Now, did his hand slide under the coupling, or he just
No,
never,
he
never
just
turned?
clicked, didn't turn, and like let go of the coupling, went to come up with the stick. But let's be realistic. If he puts that on any sooner, you think that nozzle team set up? They were just barely cutting over. It was very sloppy up top with that backup man and the hose really cutting on them.
You know,
That I don't know if they would have been that set up.
they probably wouldn't be set up, but they'd have a good distance to have to still finish off that run.
To straighten the hose out. Yeah, they really would have had to cut hard the last 25 feet with water in. All right, well, here it is.
CI with a
CI.
big run on the line right here.
That's it. All they need to do is score 1 point. But I think they're going for it.
Oh!
Stickman went down hard.
I had 376 when he had it.
All right, 11:25 first target.
That's smooth. That's good. Let's see what they can do on the turnover.
Y is cruising.
Oh, nice. Wow.
A 29-26 on on my watch up here.
I have 29-27.
Time for Central Islip, 29.20.
Well, there's Bayshore with the first place shot.
I'm number 18, the Junior Mighty Midgets from Blue Point.
Now, that's still second place right now.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of teams to go, but there's a good chance that could squeeze out 1 point. And the other thing I will say about this track is I ran the Y here, and I did the exact thing he just did. I fell so hard trying to stop into this. I don't know what it is about this track, even since they repaved it. For a while, it got good, but now it's just back to being very, very slippery in the wrong spots.
You didn't just see one guy go down there, you saw two, right?
Yeah.
The turn-on man and the Y man.
Yeah, it's...
Wasn't except that Y man.
See, Lenny, it wasn't just me and C-Hose yesterday. That hydrant area is slippery.
Whoa,
He was on the other side of the hydrant.
It doesn't matter.
They went down hard, real hard.
Yeah, no, I take.
Which one, the stick man or the Y man?
Both.
They both went down hard, yeah. Hopefully they're both okay.
It is hard in Y, too, because when you're running that Y, you are trying so hard to get to that spot as quick as possible, and this whole area is soaked. So it is very hard, because you need to take your stopping steps before you get into that big area of wet pavement.
Yeah. Back when I was on the juniors, I used to run Y, and every time I ran, it was always slippery in that spot.
Oh, yeah.
It was...
Especially here.
It was always a question whether you're going to be able to stay up on your feet or not. So you had to do a little bit more slowing down than usual.
Yep. All right, blue point. First target, 11:45. Second coupling person put it on like 6 turns.
This Y man's motoring though. Got some speed.
Oh
on him.
boy, they got to get that nozzle down.
Nice turnover.
Sit, sit.
Oh, she's got it.
Oh
what
man.
a save.
That had so much potential to be a very, very good run.
Yeah.
But she just couldn't get the nozzle down on the ground.
Time for blue point is 28.18.
That's a tweener though.
28-18.
On number 19, the junior Flying Dutchman from West Sayville.
But if you noticed on that second nozzle girl, she wasn't slowing down. She kept trying to go further. She was going a lot further than what she could, and that's where she started losing the nozzle.
So that 28-18, that's a tweener. Where does that put CI now? What place?
Third.
All right, so just third.
Third, but you
right.
still have you still have West Sayville, Islip, Selden, Hagerman, North Bat. You still have quite a few teams.
Bayshore would need 3 more teams to sneak in there.
Don't forget that Lindenhurst, boys.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You know what it is? I'm trying to go by colors of shirts, and I don't see one black shirt. Are they like hiding somewhere?
They're down past the pumper. They're in the shade.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
I mean, they have an army. You can't really miss them.
I can't see them from where I am.
No, when you got 40 kids running one event, it's hard to miss the entire team.
I gotta say, for some reason, my team's always been one of the that does the same exact thing. Has all the kids run all the events, and it definitely affects sometimes. Definitely not the best idea, but we do it. West Sayville.
Didn't score anything last.
Yeah, but they're still sitting with 8. East Islip's sitting in 5th place right now with a 43-51, which you can't imagine is going to score. So it's definitely going to come down to see if they can gain some ground here. Separate themselves from Islip and East Islip. Sayville's off. Murdered the stick. There's
too much.
Yeah, got some big kings coming up.
She did a great job stretching it out. Nice hit. 10-9.
1076 I got. Might be a little off. I'm a little too nice on the buttons.
Oh.
We set up too early.
No, you know what I don't like?
That second nozzle maker came up a little more.
Oh, no, he's got a giant kick behind him.
No.
Yeah, big one up.
Everybody's getting a wash today.
That nozzleman should have been looking back at that Y.
That's not what they wanted.
Killed him.
That looked like a sprinkler in my backyard. I think the pavement's grown a little
Time
bit.
for West Sayville is 38.57.
The other thing that I really didn't like was
Number 20, the junior Wolves from Iceland.
the nozzle coupling. So the female that connects to the Y on the front side, the target side from the nozzle length, wasn't taped. So he was spinning the coupling, trying to find his mark, and he really couldn't find it. So he was spinning a lot trying to figure that out. Oh no, we broke a Chris Murphy special. One of the rollers broke. All right, so with West Sayville taking nothing, well, I think right now they're in like 4th or 5th, but you still have quite a few good teams left. Islip really needs to make a move here. They're sitting with 8 points. They were tied with West Sayville and East Islip. Now you have West Sayville sitting in 5th place right here. Islip just needs to put up a good shot.
Just run that shot they do in practice. Nice, clean shot. We got Will on the mic now.
Yeah, stand by.
Is he going to talk any more than Brendan?
Brendan, probably.
Just checking.
With Justin talking every 2 seconds, it's hard to get a little.
Dude, I sit here, I stop, and then I just hear dead air for like 20 seconds, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess nobody's talking. Somebody has to.
What, you stop to catch a breath and then talk again? Yeah, just trying to get a watch out here. Do we know what kind of times they've been running all year long?
Robbie's their coach, and he's sitting next to you. So.
I don't coach. I help.
Robbie's at every single practice and drill, but not a coach.
God. I don't like how they're lined up. First couple man should be moved over to the right. Slack guy.
You're not a coach.
You're not a coach.
Come on, Cody. Do they? Is this?
Yeah, they wait.
Oh, okay.
721.
He sits.
Oh, he's kneeling.
Not great first target hit. Little slow though.
1309.
All connected on the
Nice
live.
turnover.
Water in.
Come on, hit
This
the
is-
targets.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a 28.77 on my watch.
So it's definitely going to be TI's 29-20.
Time for Islip, 28.59. 28.
Somebody check my watch. Somebody, is that accurate?
Line
Was
number
dead on.
21, the junior slow pokes from Selden.
good watch.
So with that, Ron pushes Central Islip down another spot to 4th place. Still need 2 more teams to knock them out. Give Bayshore hope.
Robbie, can you do a quick rundown of times?
26:46 Bayshore. 28:18. Blue Point.
By who?
Blue Point. Sorry.
Okay.
28:59 is Islip. And the bump's 33:40. Huntington Manor.
So CI's got the 29-20 in 4th place now.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, you talk about two teams sneaking in there. That 26-46, I believe it is, by Bayshore. That's not that great of a time. If somebody beats them outright, that's it. It's
Then
over.
that's it. It's done anyways. So that's very true. So CI's not only sitting here seeing themselves bump down a little more each run, they're knowing that Bayshore's time is definitely catchable. Anybody comes down and runs a real smooth shot, it could be right there.
I mean, it's not impossible too. We've seen a lot of we'll call them Cinderella story finishes, with the juniors before. So.
All right, Selden,
Selden
6
was-
points.
Yep, 6 points.
So something just happened.
I think we
That was close.
The light changed or something.
One of the draggers just took off of the line. He didn't quite cross it.
I mean, when you're ready, right?
last tournament of the year can't hold anything back.
Were they doing a count, or was it a go when you're ready start?
They do a count. Oh, that's not funny. Now I get it. Their Hydrant looks so close to the hydrant. Usually people are out a little further.
Did they run with a straight piece or?
Whoa!
Wow,
Whoa.
water in. See if they can pull it out.
That's a straight.
This is a nice.
Got to keep moving up
He's
top.
slowing up too early.
Ooh, not a bad first
He
target hit.
slowed way too early though. He
Like-
could have got much further.
Yeah, I got mid-10s over here.
This is if
Oh.
they could put it together, it's definitely going to compete.
This is gonna be a
They're on.
Good
Oh,
connection.
nice
There we
turnover.
go. What do we got?
Nozzleman's got to get down.
Get down.
Oh man.
27-31.
Time for Selden is 27.37.
That's second place.
27.37.
No. Yes.
Yep.
On to number 22, the Junior Snails from Lindenhurst.
Want to score some points, put up a shot, and that'll also see how it pans out. It could also help Bayshore,
Needs to be moved, please.
and that'll bump
Same
CI
trailer
out.
Prius. It's in front of number
So let's see what kind of number they can put up in this contest, and
HXB 8525.
go from there. Let's see. What did results?
You guys say I talk too much. I take the headset off for like a minute and all I hear is dead air.
Well, Lindenhurst on the line. Strictly business. Here we go. See what they
we'll
can do.
let you guys call it since it's your team.
All right, here they come.
Water in.
428.
441.
All right.
I think you're a little generous.
Nice leg.
Come on. Slow first hit, 1178.
I got a late 11 on my watch.
See if they could make it up here on the tail end. Get a good connection.
Baser's really hoping this is a 27 right here.
Working together. What
There
do we
they
got?
go.
No.
There they go.
They had connection. They had connection.
He never turned. He clicked. He never turned.
Kind of sounds like efficiency for us yesterday. Sorry, Christian.
Wow. That yeah, no, he had a nice click. He probably turned it.
For Lindenhurst is 39.68, 39.68.
He probably turned it about an eighth of a turn and thought it was going to stay.
23, the junior tail jaggers from North Babylon.
All right, so what is this?
North Bab sit with 5 points.
5, okay.
Yep.
Now, is East Islip and West Sayville both out already for the contest?
Yes.
All right. So if Selden gets 4 points, that's going to be big. Because that'll bump them to 10. And CI sitting in 5th with a 29-20 with 2 teams left.
And who's behind North Babylon?
Hagerman.
So we know they can.
Well,
run.
Hagerman could definitely run a heavy shot.
We know they can. They can't win the drill. They could still beat out Bayshore for second, and they could still solidify CI winning right here if they come down and beat Bayshore shot.
Absolutely. I mean, Hagerman took first place at the CI invite. They ran a 24.64.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a respectable time.
Yeah. Well, even Bayshore's 26. It wasn't clean. They definitely could have shaved quite a few seconds off. It wasn't all that perfect, but right now they've just been checking off teams as it goes, and quite a few teams came and went and didn't beat their time. So they're definitely pretty happy with that so far. North Babylon running with a dragger on the nozzle length, but no dragger on the hydrant or middle length. A little unusual. All right, wait.
Wait on the water technique.
Yeah, he was waiting.
631 though.
Oh, wow. Very close.
I can't see.
About like a foot from that line.
Was he? He was close?
Yeah, he was real close.
You can see Ryan Murphy wants to take a look and see what that stretch was.
Oh. No, he's having a lot of... He's not clicking. He's trying to just put it in and turn.
Can they put snap couplings on that?
No. I don't know what's going on. He hasn't clicked. There it goes. It looks like he tries to just put it in and turn, and he never clicked anywhere. And another one checked off the box.
It's about, I think it's close to what they
There'll be a no time for North Babylon. The coach was past the hydrant during the run.
So I think even though Hagerman's sitting in 3rd overall right now, this race right here, this run is going to determine what goes on with this
tournament. 100%. This is it right here.
Number 24, the junior gamblers from Hagerman.
So Islip hoping Hagerman comes down and runs a regular shot, takes first place, they win the state championship. Bayshore hoping just the opposite, and it keeps them alive for the efficiency contest.
So Hagerman sitting right now, as Bayshore would hope, they need to run between a 26.47 and better than a 29.20. So Bayshore's looking for that in that ballpark right there. Push CI out of this event. Give them one last shot in efficiency. These guys.
All right, so Hagerman on the line, getting ready to run Y. At the Selden Invitational, I think they ran a 26.69, I believe, and then, like I said, at the Bayshore invite, they ran a 24.64. So whether it's a number in between or an average of the two, I mean, this could totally change the entire drill here.
Louis going through the call-off. Giving everybody a pound on the way down.
Osman real low in his stance.
Yeah, he does this. And then he stands up. It's
Did the Hydrant get the break on that?
Oh, he missed the Hydrant. Yes, but that's not.
472.
They could still do it.
First blinger, what do we got?
1265 on the first target.
1256. I think you're slow.
I had 1250.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, they called for
turnover,
water
good
before they
turnover.
even clicked.
Gotta
They
watch
got a
that
giant
kink.
They
kink
gotta
right
hit
here.
it now.
They're not gonna
Hit
get.
it.
You gotta fix that kink.
Oh, that's
painful. That hurts.
the 35-25 on
So-
my watch.
Justin, I don't know if you saw that down there. They had a pretty
Time
nasty
for
kick
Hagerman
behind
is
the Y.
35.09. 35.09.
Yeah, there was a giant kink right behind the Y, right where he connected. It looks like he created some extra slack to be able to click in, and then he just never got rid of it after they turned the water on.
I mean, that's you know, kind of that's a little bit of juniors track awareness. You know, realizing what's going on around
the
you.
equipment.
So that's it. No matter what, Central Islip just
Chief Murphy, Chief Patrick Murphy,
solidified
if
the
you're
drill.
still here, please come to the top of the arch, please. Chief Patrick Murphy to the top of the arch, please.
Why is it slowing? Oh. I know why.
Robbie, you figuring it out or?
Game's over.
Yeah,
We know
he's,
that,
He's,
but-
he's up here doing his Common Core math on this score sheet up here.
17, right.
So they got CI got that
The
one point
results
that
of
they
the
needed.
Y contest in first place with 5 points, number 14, Bayshore. In second place with 4 points, number 21, Selden. Third place, 3 points, number 18, Blue Point. In fourth place with 2 points, number 20, Islip. And
Rough.
fifth place with 1 point, number 17, Central Islip.
So there you have it. Going into efficiency, Central Islip Junior Hobos, your 2019 Junior State Champions with 31 points. Bayshore definitely fought back. They're at 25 now.
So no matter what, Bayshore's getting second.
Bayshore's locked up second at this point. But knowing the team that Bayshore is, I don't doubt they're still not going to put up a heavy efficiency shot to finish the day strong.
And third, we have Hagerman with 17. Fourth is Lindenhurst with 14, right?
Yep.
And fifth is Selden with 10.
Tied.
Selden and Islip tied with 10 points apiece.
Oh, Islip did score in that one?
Yeah, they got 2 points out of
okay,
that.
so then, all right. So it's going to be close coming down.
This time we're going to have the drawing of the 50-50. We just don't have an amount, but the winning ticket number is 0579. 0579. Olivia, where are you? Green ticket 0579.
Okay.
Got it in the back? All right.
Brendan, you got your phone on you?
Yes, I do.
Could you pull up some numbers on Hagerman's efficiency time?
Chief Murphy's making his way down
Kevin,
now.
if you get
can
out
look at the
Islip,
bottom
see
of
if
the
they
arch.
can run efficiency. Let's try to figure out where these right now the tail end of the top 5, where they're all going to line up with each other with the times they run. Islip for efficiency.
I know Selden took first at their drill.
Last contest
I don't know what the
of
time
the
was.
efficiency contest. The state record is 9.54, held by Bayshore. First team on the line, number 11, the Junior Bandits from Farmingville.
got the track. I don't know what they're waiting on. There is a car, like, if you look behind you, a car parked right in the middle of the track. It's behind the cones, but it's, like, right in the middle.
All right.
All right, Farmville's going.
Bandits on the line.
They're off.
Pulled his own stick.
Yeah.
4-10.
Oh, they got a lot of... He's going to cross that nozzle line, isn't he?
Nah, he's got a foot and a half.
Is he? Oh, it looked close.
Time for Farmingville is 11.61. 11:61.
So
It just looked like
Number 12, the Junior Bulldogs from Huntington Manor.
they had a lot of just hose in the air and a lot of kinks all over. So for 5th place, Islip Selden have 10. West Sayville still can catch. What do they have, 8, right?
Yep.
All right. And then East Islip with 6?
8.
Oh, they have 8 too? What am I, losing it?
yes.
You're talking so much, that's why.
You getting lightheaded. You should probably stop.
I need a drink.
Hydrate. Lots of water.
Yes.
Go pick a little random celebrity kid and go give him the headset and the mic.
I was trying before. None of the kids like to talk. They're all like too embarrassed.
You just got to hit him with the simple yes or no's.
Yeah, that's, what kind of interview is that?
How was the run?
Yes.
Good? Yes. Did you do your job good? Yes. All right. Go get him in the next contest.
Great job. Great interview.
You see that, Justin? You think it's easy.
No, it's not. Well, Lenny doesn't give people a choice. He just walks up and puts the mic in your face, and he's like,
No,
somebody's got to talk.
If it's somebody new, I give him a choice. But, you know, a blabbermouth like you, I know you'll open right up. So.
All right, Huntington Manor. They're running with 2 slack people on the hydrant lane.
Hey, you never know.
But it looked like the Hydrant
Oh.
kind of really jumped the line a little bit
Oh.
there. 495 stick.
Oh, Nozelman looking back.
Saw that?
Would never recommend that.
1197.
Hydrant was trying to see how much he needed to pull out, so he was trying to watch the hose.
Time for Huntington Manor is 12.10. 12:10. Line number 13, the Junior Guzzlers from East Islip.
This is from CA.
All right, one of the 4 teams that are fighting for that 5th place spot right here. I'm sure they're hoping to put up a good shot. Robbie, any idea what they can run?
I got an 11:30 at the CI invite.
That's the best you see?
I think they were hitting mid-10s, low 10s in practice, but that was with their old Osmond. But he's out.
Oh, yeah, you
I
said
don't
the...
know what
Yeah, he went to the Army.
14 years old, yep. Shipped out, gone.
Lost another good one.
Now, what did he run here? You said nozzle, Robbie?
Yeah, he
Oh,
ran
yeah,
nozzle.
that's
He
great.
ran nozzle.
But still, even without one of their key guys, they still have 8 points today, so I'm
Doing
sure they're
really
pretty
well.
happy with that.
All right. Junior Guzzlers on the line. Track is theirs.
8 points, fighting for 5th.
See if they could sneak it.
Really short kid going through the call-off?
Oh, I thought that was one of the juniors.
Not a bad start.
Water in.
A little slow.
A little
31.
deliberate. Yeah, she really
Close.
made sure she had it on before she pulled the stick.
At 11:55.
1138.
Well, you guys are not that close to each other.
Brendan's got slow fingers.
Time for East Islip is 11.31.
Oh.
Maybe he's got fast fingers. I don't know.
Academy number 14.
What
the
those
junior
fastest hands in the
X-Games
States will do
from
for you.
Bayshore.
I will say that's definitely not what East Islip was looking for if they're trying to fight to go down the
Nah.
track. So. Opens the door for Islip, Selden, and West Sayville, though.
Well, I got Bayshore coming to line. I got 965 at the CI invite for them this year. So they can put up a big number here.
You guys still there, or?
Yeah, we're
just
here.
checking.
We're looking up some times up here.
Brother, you're not on your phone.
How
about this? Could you look up sometimes?
Brendan's watching you look up times. How about that?
How do you think I got this 965? It's on my phone.
All right, Bayshore. Here we go. I like these shirts. They definitely always have a lot of different shirts and uniforms. It must be nice having somebody who like owns a shirt business in your department. Owns. All right, Bayshore's off.
Good start.
Oh, he crossed.
394.
He crossed it and then had to fix it.
Not a bad lay, though.
He was playing with
He
it.
tickled it. It moved. It just didn't move enough. Oh, wow.
Time for Bayshore is 11.23. 11:23. On line number 17, your host for today's tournament, the Junior Hobos from Central Iceland.
At 10:28, water on target.
At this time, the coaching staff of the Junior Hobos would like to congratulate Jeremy, Liam, Richie, Kieran, Jake, and Brian as they are participating in their last event as Junior Hobos.
Robbie, you were wrong.
And on behalf of the Hobos, we'll see you guys in white pants in April.
Oh, wow. I didn't know the year.
Wow, that's... I thought Richie had another year.
I was going to say they have a nice little fan base down there, and I just realized it's the team.
It's all their kids. There are a lot of people cheering for him, but they're all on the team.
So, Central Islip Hobos on the line. Tournament's locked up. At the
now you really have to go for it, right?
At the Bayshore invite, they ran a 992 and won, and beat out the Gamblers by 100th of a second with a 993.
So they definitely just got to go for it.
Very nice clean start.
They got it on.
Nice leg.
Turn the leg, got to set up.
Yeah.
Nice. Knocked it
Nice
down.
hit. Best hit of the day. This is probably definitely 9.
I had 87, but I might have been 9.
For the Hobos, 9.85.
Nice.
985.
Here you go, 985. I mean, not a bad way at all to end the day.
No, of course. That was very impressive.
On line number 18, the Junior Mighty Midgets from Blue Point.
That was very impressive by the Junior Hobos. Didn't need it, but a big finish. I mean, there's some senior teams out there that
This
can't
time,
run
the
that time.
coaching
Good
staff
job.
of the Blue Point Junior Mighty Midgets would like to congratulate Brianna, Terry, Libby, Harry, and Michael. Best of luck in their last race.
So the Mighty Midgets last drill ran 11:46.
I tried to grab CI's Nozzleman. He said he doesn't like to talk to people, but he wants me to talk to Richie instead.
Yeah, give somebody from the
He's
Junior
like,
Hobos
I'm a little
down
shy.
there.
I'm good.
Like you guys said, yes or no questions. Get right to the point.
All right, I'm here with Richie Arnett. Killed it in ladders today. Did pretty good in hoses. How do you feel?
I feel good. It was a good team effort, and we've been working for this all year.
Get that mic a little closer to his...
Richie, we definitely were impressed with the way you ran ladders. So you going to come over to the big guys and do the same thing or what?
Hopefully.
All right. Congratulations on the state championship.
Hey, Justin.
Thank you.
Tell him I have an application for him. Oh, it's awesome.
You know, this is
great
yeah,
right
this is what this is what it's all about.
Oh, man, it's
There
awesome.
you go.
You guys want to explain this?
Ah, that was beautiful. That was awesome.
that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a perfect representation of what a team is.
I got teary-eyed. I got
22.80. 22.80.
It was almost as beautiful as when the Central Islip Hobos came back in Hempstead at 2017. 15 for 15 in the last 3.
Wow, that was.
It was truly a Cinderella story.
That really was. That really was awesome. Though.
The barrel went out, ran our best shot, had to run it again.
Sayville Junior Flying Dutchman would like to congratulate Janelle, Madison, Rob, and Bobby.
Big shot for the Dutch.
Tournament is Junior Flying Dutchman.
8 points.
All right, let's see.
All right, yeah.
Bayshore invite. The Flying Dutch kids ran 11:04. Believe they're a contender in this drill right now. They could try to sneak their way up into the top 5.
Yeah, they're definitely shooting for
Earn
it.
themselves a rightful spot on the track.
Chasing Islip and Selden with 10.
Last play of the year, guys. Can't hold anything back at this point.
Very nice start.
Oh,
what a through the hole.
61.
Oh, man.
She's got to light it up.
Here it is. Wow. 10:47.
Big shot. I got 10:46 on my watch.
What'd you have on your watch?
For West Sayville, 10.45.
Wow. Beat me again.
45.
So slow.
Number 20, the Junior Wolves from Islip.
All right, Mr. Allen. Any insight you could give for us on the Junior Wolves here as they approach the line? Another team as well trying to fight for their rightful spot on the track today.
I think they can place. If they run their run, I don't think they're going to be at 10:45.
Okay. Yeah, I think I think West Sayville's definitely scoring with that. It's just a matter of how many points and what Islip and Selden have to say about it.
So that gives them second place right now with that shot? Or third?
185, 10:45.
No, that's second.
Second place.
Second place. That puts them at 12 for the day. Beating out Islip and Selden right now. Is still tied with 10.
And the next 2 teams you have up are Islip and Selden.
So, very big runs for the next 2 teams here.
All right, marching across the track.
There we go, clean start.
A little late on the stick.
At 4:13, but I was a little forward.
Fairly good line. Let's see what they can do up top. Knocking it down, 1086.
At 88. It's a good run.
That.
Now right there on the third place shot.
Islip is 10.79. 10.79. On number 21, the Junior Slow Pokes from Selden.
Robbie, was that around their shot?
Yeah, they've been running that. Yep.
They put their shot up. Now they just need to see how the cards fall. They just.
Well, I think no matter what, they're out.
No, because they're.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
They're 2 ahead of West Sayville going into this.
Right.
Third place. They need to get 4th to tie.
So Selden as well, like East Islip and Wolves, 6th place right now. The Dutch, with what they have, gets them at 12. Selden definitely has a chance to sneak in here, try to put up a number. There's not too many heavy shots out there.
I think Selden ran a 10-2 or 10-3 at their invite. It was something around that.
All right, track is theirs. And they're off.
They're off. Hydrant's on. Hose is out.
Gotta get there.
That's up.
Come on.
Nice target hit. Whoa! What do you got? What do you got on your watch?
10:03.
I'm thinking 10 flat.
Yes.
That was
That's what they do.
Selden, 10.03.
Wow!
Wow!
Take that watch to church, Justin.
You like that, right? I should just give up racing and start.
Yeah, do that. So there you go. That's the second place shot on the day.
That puts Selden at 14 for the day.
That gives them 4. Puts West Sayville down to 11.
All right, I'm
and
with
that
Paul.
Puts Selden with 14.
I'm with Paul, the nozzleman from Selden. He really didn't leave a lot of water on that target hit. Was that your best target hit ever, or what?
I think I had a better target hit before I got first one, so that's all I gotta say.
How does that feel? You guys are really fighting for a 5th place shot. I think you might have just done it.
We haven't gotten top 5 in a while, so
there you go.
Good.
Tell him right now
Good
he's
job.
tied for 4th.
All right, they're very happy with that one. Does that solidify it? They're definitely coming down, or what? Too much math?
It's,
yeah, I don't want to count my eggs right now.
Well, right now, the way I see it, Selden goes to 14, and...
Oh, Lindenhurst is up right now.
Yeah, Lindenhurst is up right now. They got 14.
No, I think Selden, no matter what, comes down the track because they beat West Sayville and Islip. So no matter what, Selden's coming down the track.
Yes.
Now Lindenhurst needs to fight to make sure they come down the track in 4th.
Well either fight for 4th or try to...
At this point, Selden is in tie with Lindenhurst.
Yeah, but Lindenhurst is up right now.
Yeah.
And Lindenhurst could still catch Hagerman because they have 17.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
You know, Hagerman does
King
have
Dental
a very good efficiency.
with the call off.
Let's see what they can do here. Looks like the first dragger at the nozzle line kind of jumped the light.
Nice connection at the hydrant.
In.
I got a full flat.
They got to slow down.
Set it up.
Hit.
Oh, he tickled it. He
moved.
tickled it.
1089.
I had 10 flat when the flat moved.
Yeah, that was...
Time for Lindenhurst is 10.78. 10.78.
All right, so 10.78 is going to give him 3.
Okay, so...
And that'll tie them with Hagerman. But Hagerman still has to go.
That actually just edges out Islip's 10.79.
So we have 980.
Junior Tail Draggers coaching staff would like to congratulate Brandon, Devin, and Sean on their last tournament as Junior Tail Draggers.
So right now, 5th place is Islip's 10.79. That's going to be 4th at 10.78, right?
5th place is going to be 11.31 by the Guzzlers.
No, we got 4 10s and 9 in there. We got...
Oh, you're right.
Go ahead. Go top to bottom.
We got 985 by CI, 1003 by Selden, 1045 by Islip.
West Sayville.
1078 by Lindenhurst, and 1079 by Islip. So that's your rundown of the top 5 right now, and we all know Hagerman can put up heavy shots in this event, so...
That's pretty impressive. It's quite the number. See, sometimes you see stats like that. Who put that on the drill teams group? How many Town of Islip teams have won a junior state drill?
Woody. Or
and what's the number on that? 35 out of 51. I mean, those are impressive numbers.
That is impressive.
But you have to ask yourself.
I mean, the seniors are probably similar to that, but maybe not as much. But
hey, Tom, can we get engine 4 out of the way, please? There's still 2 teams left. We need to move engine 4.
Looks like we got 374 pumper on the back end of the track. Lights are on. Kind of a little bit of distraction. So
yeah, got one of them big red fire engines with its lights on.
Never seen those before. What are those?
That's what they call that's an A truck.
The
big guys we run with B trucks.
Class A pumper.
Yeah. It's probably got a 1500 gallon a minute pump.
Probably with close to gallons of water, maybe 750 on that truck.
Probably would run a terrible pump shot. You know, you gotta take it out, put the PTO in, set the parking brake. Probably cavitate the pump. Have to wait for it to fill up.
North Babylon.
All right.
They're off.
There they go.
Oh.
Whoa! 397.
403.
It's one of the better sticks
I don't know if they're
today.
going to be out.
Gonna have to get.
Oh!
He was just hoping to get lucky on that come across. He was not set at all.
Exactly. Yeah, that last 25 feet. I mean, the whole lay was pretty. I mean, it wasn't perfectly straight, but there was no kinks. Water was moving through. It was that last 25 feet. They weren't set. They weren't ready. It definitely cost that target hit.
For the junior gamblers from Hagerman.
If you watch his backup man, though, too, when he came in, the nozzle man was pretty much set, and his backup started dragging him down a little bit. He started losing a little control. So he was pretty much set. I thought he was going to have a great shot at it. And
Who, Hagerman?
Yeah. And then just his backup man took it away from him pretty much.
So according to Kevin Kinley, he said Hagerman is only one of 2 teams, CI being the other one, to run a 9 in efficiency this year.
Wow. Selden came close. 10:03. That was pretty close.
All right, somebody let Jack know these are the ones we've been looking for.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I feel like usually Bill comes to the state drill. Maybe he had something going on. He usually tries to make at least most of the state championship
I think he's in the stands drinking a cold pop. Very deliberate roll on draining the hose. Tail draggers are off.
Tail draggers?
They're off the track.
Oh,
off
I was
the
like,
track.
what?
I'm sorry. Sorry, I wasn't specific enough for you.
Hagerman's nozzleman is kneeling on the ground again.
Is this 7-man efficiency? They're one short, I think.
2, 4, 6,
Yep.
7.
Yeah, look at that.
Do you count the starter? Joey DeRida always says the starter's part of the team.
He just wants to be in team records. Don't let him fool you.
And they're off. I think I was a little early.
I had it. 366.
All right, 378.
Slow.
All right, get him up top.
Oh,
driving. High on the target hit. 1077.
I don't know. I guess I'm too nice. I always have the issue of wanting to hit the button when he should hit the target. Yeah, see, I had 1044. You made me think I was crazy.
I had 43 on my watch.
All right, well,
he said 78.
I was
like, oh, I must be completely
1045
off.
is going to tie it with West Sayville.
He talks about slow hands.
Each
over
team
here.
will get
And he's got the slowest hands here.
Each team will get 2.5 points.
With that base row runs, that solidifies them as the efficiency chance for the year for the juniors. Going home with 21 points this year. So
all right, so you want to can somebody do a rundown of efficiency real quick, top to bottom?
Yeah, let me, once Robbie Allen gets it. All right, so here we go. We got top 5, 985 by Central Islip. Second place, you got 1003 by Selden. Third place, we got a
tie.
A tie. Each will get 2.5 points. You got West Sayville and Hagerman.
Results of the efficiency contest.
Lindenhurst will take
with 5 points.
1 point.
Number 17,
Pretty sure
Central Islip.
Lindenhurst gets 1 point with their 1078, knocking
In
out.
second place with 4 points.
The Islip
number
Wolves.
21, Selden.
Yeah, Robbie's got a little.
All right.
We have a tie for third and fourth place.
So at the end of the day,
just wait till he finishes.
Number 19, West Sayville, and number 24, Hagerman. And fifth place with 1 point, number 22, Lindenhurst.
Yeah, Robbie doesn't grasp the concept of a tie. He thinks you.
all right, well, for the conclusion of our day here, we have in 5th place the Slowpokes from Selden snuck in there with that respectable efficiency shot of a 10:03. That gave him 4 points, so that leaves them with 14 for 5th.
That's going to be their first top 5 all year.
Which is that's pretty impressive, so good for them.
You're going to do it at one drill, might as well be this one, right?
That's what they always say. Only one drill counts.
We got the Snails round coming in 5th with 15. Gamblers with 19.5.
19.5.
Skins with 25, and your 2019 New York State Junior Drill Team champs, the Hobos, with 36 points.
Yes, definitely congratulations to the Hobos. They came in strong, and they just never let up. They kept pointing their way to the top. Even with the few events they had little misses in, they didn't let it affect them.
Total points
we'll
for the day.
We'll let the announcer take care of it, and we'll get in a second.
In 5th place with 14 points, the Selden Junior Slowpokes. In 4th place with 15 points, the Lindenhurst Junior Snails. In 3rd place with 19 1/2 points, the Hagerman Junior Gamblers. In 2nd place with 25 points, the Bayshore Junior Redskins. And in 1st place with 36 points and a 2019 New York State Junior Champs, the Central Islip Junior Hobos!
All right, that's a wrap.
Congratulations to Central Islip.
Congratulations to Central Islip Hobos. Somebody find the chief and find a Mr. Softy truck. Let's get those kids some sprinkles, all right?
All right, besides that, thank you guys for helping out.
Thank you for everybody tuning in.
Oh, did we just get cut? Oh, that was somebody dropping their mic.
We're still on.
Oh, all right. I don't know. I heard some weird noises. All right, like we said, congratulations to Central Islip. Thanks, Lenny, for being the Fred today and being behind the scenes.
My pleasure.
Brendan Sullivan, Will Kinley, LBV, Mr. Talkative Robbie Allen, and myself, Justin Russo. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Congratulations against the CI, the rest of the top 5. Have a good day.
Hundreds of vendors will be present to explain and demonstrate their product lines and services, along with the extrication competition. See you next February in Brentwood at the Mega Show.